This is the only reason I am making over $10,000 a month at 20 years old, and I've closed 87% of every single client I have ever approached. How did I do this, you may ask? Well, I'm going to reveal to you the most important thing I have ever learned in my entire life. And honestly, I didn't even know if I wanted to make this video. How to make friends and influence people. So, how did some book get me offered dozens upon dozens of jobs by some of the biggest business owners in the entire world, closed nearly every single client I have ever approached, and most importantly, create some of the strongest bonds I never even knew was possible? First off, be curious of other people. This could be the most important thing. If you have genuine curiosity about someone's life, I can assure you they are going to come to like you. What is your favorite subject? Most likely yourself. Everyone likes to talk about themselves, so just let them, especially the successful people. They have huge egos. Most likely to get in that position, you have to have a little bit of narcissism in you. Talk about them. And if you can, talk about their interests. Before I even read the book, I was using some of these principles, and that is 100% of the reason why I have some of these people as clients and very, very good friends today. The second thing is, when you're talking to them, find out something you genuinely admire about that person. If you can do that and you can tell them what you genuinely admire about them, I can assure you it is going to be one of the best feelings that person has ever had. If you are a man, you probably don't get many compliments, and I'm sure the last very, very important compliment you got, you remember, and you remember how you felt when you received that. So this only works if you are talking to them and you can find something that you genuinely admire about them, or that is a very good quality that they have. If you can tell them about it, that is going to almost guarantee to make you guys lifelong friends. So how do I get every single client? First off, I start by making friends with them. I go to these events where they're at. I'm fortunate enough, my first job is working for this guy, George Gammon, that I'm kind of apprenticed myself under, but I work for him full time. And we will go to these macroeconomic events. And in the green room, they'll have big YouTubers there that are always in the macroeconomic side of YouTube. So what do I talk about with them? What they're interested in? What do these people like? They want to get more views, because if that happens, their businesses are going to do better and they're going to have a lot more success in the future. So what do? I will solve their problem for free. I know instantly if I look at their backend analytics what they need help on, and I will just help them. I'd tell them exactly what I would do, what kind of teams need to be hired, and how I would structure it to where how they can get many times more views instantly. Why would I do this? I would basically reveal my entire business plan to them, how they can sell more of their product, how they can get more views for free. Well, that psychologically makes them trust you and like you more. So how do you turn that relationship, because they can do that all in themselves, to hiring you as a client? This goes back to the old pickup artists. And if you're trying to get a girl, what should you do? Should you tell them the 5 reasons why you should date them and why you deserve to be their boyfriend? Or should you have them compete to try and get them to give you the reasons why they should be your girlfriend? And that is a humongous psychological difference. When you are the one chasing them, they feel like the prize and they think that they have all the power and structure in that relationship. Conversely, if they are the one chasing you the whole time, they are constantly trying to get your approval and they want to get you to settle down with them. That is the exact same structure when I'm trying to get these clients. I could want this client more than anything in the world. Same thing with a girlfriend. But what do? No matter how bad I want the client, I am not going to tell them why they should take me on as a client. Instead, I'm going to try and have them tell me why I deserve to have them as a client for my business. That completely changes the power structure. Now they see me as the prize for getting more views, because that's the way I've structured it. So what do they need to do? They need to show me and prove to me why they would be a good fit for my business. And that changes everything, because then when I say, yeah, you know what, I really like the message that you're spreading and I would love to help you out as much as I possibly can, they are instantly ready to start doing business. Can compare that to where if I'm trying to sell myself to them, their guard is already up, and it's the opposite effect. You almost get shut down, not every time, but you have a much higher success the other way around. And that works in life with no matter what you're doing. If it's business, women, it is a universal fact that people respond better to when they are the ones chasing something, not when you are the one chasing them. So you might be saying, all right, Josh, well, you're already in the room with these big business owners. It's super easy for you to get clients. Well, I wasn't always in the room with them. How'd I get there? And this goes down to, how do you talk to somebody who you don't already have a predisposed value with because you're not in the same room with them, or they don't see any reason why you can help them? Just ask for advice. People want to help other people. If you say, hey, so if I just say something, I truly respect your opinion on this. Can you please give me some advice? And then you can tell them whatever it is that you need. If it's with a woman, it's very different than if you're trying to get a business meeting. But I would say something along the lines of, right now I'm in high school. I definitely don't want to go to college. I was running a business all throughout high school, and I know I want to be an entrepreneur. This already starts the stage where you're trying to show your worth, showing them that you're a hardworking individual. But then you're also going to come to have a relationship with this person because I'm sure they want to help. Every single older, successful individual I have ever talked to wants to take the time to help younger people. Every single one of them. And I guarantee you, if you show the initiative, they are going to want to help you. They want to show you what they know. And then what I would do is, okay, I would love to be a part of what you're doing. I'll do it absolutely for free. I just want to work under you and apprentice and learn as much as possible. But if I can't do that, if I'm just going to be a nuisance to you, I humbly acknowledge that I do not know much about this subject, but I really, really want to learn. I'm incredibly motivated. If you can't take me, do you know anyone who would be interested in, or could you guide me in the right direction of a potential business owner that you know that you think I would be a good fit for? And now this goes to him doing you a favor. And it's not a very big one for him. It's just making a connection, but that has a very big psychological impact. So now it's just getting into the room with these guys. And I just reach out vigorously to every single person I possibly can. And then I put myself in these kinds of positions to where I can meet them, whether it's different events where big entrepreneurs are going to be, or even just expensive clubs. If I was just working a regular job, I would try and work at the most expensive country club in my area. And then I would talk to all these people and try and do as much as possible to get to know them and try and work under them, because that's what I wanted to do. And now that I'm doing that, I think that this is incredibly valuable for anyone out there. And this also only works if you are genuinely interested in what they are saying. Every single person in the world knows something that you don't, whether it is the billionaire business owner or it is the homeless guy down the street. If you come at it knowing that you know nothing in this world, have zero ego, and you just are curious of what other people have to bring, I can assure you that people will come to like you more and you will have much better friendships. Just let them speak. Everyone loves to talk. And remember their name. Try and make it a habit to remember these people's names. It is very, very important. Let me tell you another story. One of the first Rebel Capitalist Lives that I was at, I was meeting all my heroes, Doug Casey, Ken McElroy, Brent Johnson, and I was ecstatic. I was smiling, just happiness was oozing out of me the entire time. Some lady came up to me towards the end of the event and she said, your smile has been incredibly contagious throughout this entire event. I just want to come up and shake your hand. And this gives two different principles, but one, this was 2 years ago, and I still remember this compliment today. The second is to smile. If you come into a room and you are the happiest person there, everyone wants to spend some time with you. The person who amplifies this better than any person I have ever met is Ken McElroy. He's a billionaire real estate investor, one of the most successful people on earth. And when you meet him, it feels like you guys have been best friends for the past 20 years. He's shaking your hand. Everything just seems to be perfect. This was the first time I ever met him, and I had zero acknowledgement by anyone, but he still treated you like his best friend. So why does this matter? When he is raising money for, let's say, $100 million real estate deal, and he sends out a few texts and emails, he raises the money almost instantly. Why? Is it because he's one of the best real estate investors? Yes. But I would say just as importantly, because he's made all these connections over time, people have come to know, like, and trust him. If I was going to invest my money with someone, I would much rather give it to Kenny than some random person who I do not trust. And because of that, he can raise money super, super quickly. He has all these connections, and I could not recommend anyone investing their money with him even more. Why is that? Why do I feel such an obligation to tell people how great he is? Because he uses the psychology from this book. And it's not like you're manipulating people. No, it's if you want people to like you, which everyone does, and you want to enjoy spending time and talking to other people, this is just what you do. Why not at least learn the psychology of humans? And I'm sure you already know it, but maybe you just spend too much time talking about yourself, or you don't care what other people say. You just need to get that mindset completely off the ground. And I can guarantee you, you will have more friends, more business opportunities, just about every single way imaginable. This has changed my life more than anything else I've ever done, ever. So what do you have to do? Be genuinely curious in people. Find something I truly admire about a person. If you can truly admire something about someone, they will come to love you. Same thing with being curious. Those two come hand in hand. Then smile, remember their name. These are simple things to do. This is a psychological trick to where, all right, well, I'm on a business call and they know I'm already trying to sell them something. There's no way I can just become friends with them. This is a business call. I'm selling them something. That is a fact. Get them to start by saying yes. Oh, wouldn't you love to have more views on YouTube? Yes, of course they would. If you start the conversation and they start by saying no, their ego subconsciously is going to want to continue to say no throughout the conversation. If you can start with a yes question or two yes questions where you are confirming something that they already have, yes, that does sound true. Even if you ask Mr. Beast that question, for at least for the field that I'm helping people in, he's going to say yes, I'd love to have more YouTube views. Okay, here, blank, blank, blank. This is a very small psychological trick that you can use if you are trying to convince your parents to do something or close a new client. It works fundamentally. When people start by saying no, they will most likely continue. So because of all of this, I have been one of the most fortunate humans on the earth. Luck has just been handed to me ever since I started doing these things because people want to help me because I've become friends with them. It is such a magical thing what relationships can bring. Everyone says you're just the average of the 5 people you hang out with, but it goes much deeper than that. You are the average of all your connections, because now if I ever have trouble getting a job or I ever get fired or something, there's dozens of people that I can call instantly that would love to hire me, take me on, and then you're just from the ground running. If you want to know the full story of how I got here, and that is almost more important, you got to check it out here.